Sometimes it feels like the more time I spend in a world, the longer my to-do list gets. So today I decided I'm going to tackle a few things that have been bugging me. First, I thought I'd finally cover up this hole in the wall that was a result of me just miscalculating the size of my storage system. And to be honest, I actually think these decorative cover-ups turned out looking pretty good. I've also wanted to add some new lights to these pillars just to help light up the outer walkways just a little bit better, and I added some doors to our new geyser vader entrances on each level. And then in my attempt to fill in some gaps at the entrance of the silo, I managed to completely break our vault door. Turns out flying machines, they stick to smithing tables. Whoops. And as cool as it looks in a broken state, I think we're going to need a working door just to secure this silo. So let's rebuild it. There we go. That's much better. And lodestones were the answer. Yeah, flying machines don't worry too much about lodestones. That works out really well. Of course, we use a lot of blast furnaces as well. They look really good in here. So that's all closed up now. Much better looking. We still see some slime blocks and some honey blocks, but the door is working fantastically once again. And oh, I'm running into something outside the base here. The survivor of the silo. Hi, free diamonds. What? He's just giving away diamonds. Greetings, Hermit. Today, West Tunnel is proud to announce the grand opening of West Tunnel Slots, a magical place of fortune and fun. In the chest, you will find 10 free diamonds that you may use to play at West Tunnel Slots. Each diamond could turn into 1, 2, 3, or even 10 diamond blocks in seconds. West Tunnel Slots is located in the West Tunnel at Marker 33. See you there. Oh man, Cub continues to add cool stuff to the tunnel. Amazing. And we'll take a look at the tunnel here in a little bit because that's not the only cool thing that's been added to the tunnel. Obviously, you know I added a game, but Skiz was working on a game as well, which is now finished. Excellent. So we'll take a trip and see that here in a little bit, but let's make sure the door works both ways. And yes, there we go. Love it. That's looking fantastic. And you can see all the details I talked about in the intro there are in. We've got all these going around, and I changed out these doors over here. I had initially just iron doors, but these look better. I didn't bother doing pressure plates in the front. I figured we could open it up, and then when we come in, these will take care of it, and they'll close after we get off the pressure plates there. Here's this. Look at this. This painting. Those that know, any silo watchers or book readers, you might know a little bit of the story behind the silo that we're actually taking our inspiration from. This painting actually, it's like kind of perfect. Anyway, this one looks good as well. I love the colors in this one. And I added just little details here. You know what? I found myself trying to like turn these as if they were item frames, you know? Can't do that in shelves, but they look pretty cool nonetheless. And over here we have our doors for our geyser vaders, which we have level markers on. I'm hoping that the fact that I put L's on each one of those is going to help me remember to call these levels and not floors. We'll see. Also, I saw a lot of comments saying, why not just go down our floors this way through the scaffolding? Well, you can see by the way I did the scaffolding, you can't actually do that. I'm trying to crouch to fall through, and because there's not scaffolding under it, it's not letting me. So a lot of people wondering why I wouldn't choose that. And that's why. I suppose I could have stacked scaffolding all the way up from that geyser pool, and then we could have, but that's okay. This gives me a good reason to use these walkways now, I suppose. So things are slowly but surely looking better in here. And as you saw in the intro, we have a new lighting system installed, which is awesome. So, you know, I wired up these lights and I finally put in an automatic system. Earlier in the season, we tried to install a system, but it wasn't working so well. So I chose a different way to do it this time. And if we go down to the bottom here, you can see some redstone lines running underneath here and some missing glass as well. I need to replace that. Oh, great. More things to add to my to-do list. Excellent. Well, let's go down and take a look and see how I did this anyway. Down here, we have a villager. This villager, when he goes to bed, he will activate this observer here. And I don't know what time it is. It might actually be getting close to time. That observer is going to send a signal, and that signal is going to make its way to all of our light pillars here. So we've got one in the center column here on all the four corners of it, and also each pillar out on the edges here all the way around. You can see we've got signals going out, and I tried to make sure that they were all timed perfect. You may be wondering why I didn't use like a daylight sensor. The villagers are actually more reliable because the daylight sensor, if it's like raining out and stuff, it won't turn on reliably. So with this, he's going to go to sleep, and he actually will lay in bed earlier than we can, which means that the lights will always get turned on. And then as soon as somebody sleeps, they can get turned off. Or if it just naturally passes the night, he'll get out of bed and that'll turn it off as well. So I think I like this as a solution, and hopefully we don't run into any issues now that I've got chunk loaders in place, which, yes, are still running. That's a good sign. But that was kind of nice to get some, we'll call them chores done here in the silo. And all these little details are helping to fill this out because we've got a lot of blank walls, and that's actually starting to bug me. I'm ready. I'm ready to add more details in the silo, bring it to life, and give it a lot more character. So today I think we'll give level 3 some love. Our commerce level. Right now we've only got our villager trading hall with a broken door, of course, also on my to-do list. But there's nothing else going on this level at all. So I'm getting kind of thirsty. I think I'd like some juice. That's right, we're going to open a juice bar. And now the typical dilemma. Where do we put it? Where do we put it? So we're going to need room for other stuff, so I might want to be smart with this space. However, we do have all 4 cardinal directions open to us at the moment. So how about here? South end. I think this will do. And while I'm opening this up, I promised you I would give you an update to what's going on in the West Tunnel, Best Tunnel. Ooh, hello, what's this? Oh yeah, remember when we had a gas elevator? Happy gas elevator? Really wish that had worked out as we had hoped for. That's gonna save me some digging. It's nice that this is already opened. But anyway, yeah, let's go check out what's going on in the West Tunnel with the new games. Now, I already showed you the 6-shooter one. I haven't had time to practice that just yet. And here's Cub's new casino game that he left us some diamonds for. So we'll play that here in a little bit. But I think Skizz's is this one. Yeah, wool. Yeah, lots of, oh. Never mind, game is occupied. We can't play it right now, Skizz. Apparently, we have some spawning spaces. Yep, I see them already. They're just these guys right here. Spawning spaces, and now he's got a rider on his game, which means I would have to I'd have to take care of this guy if I wanted to actually play it, and the rest are probably going to get mad at me, but let's see if we can do it. And this should be a game in itself. Can we hit him as he goes by us? There we go, got him. Oh, now he's all mad. All right, so the way Skizz's game works is basically you need to hit targets as you're rolling back and forth, and you need to hit enough of them to get all the lights to the top, which is very difficult because that means you got to be successful on multiple hits in a row. Otherwise, the light will kind of trickle down. So I think we just start off with the one that's up. And like I said, when you're traveling from side to side, the snowball wants to drift as you go. So it makes it very hard. So there we got the first one. And like I said, it's kind of drifting. So I kind of like to wait until I stop to throw, but I think too much time goes by and then you get the lights kind of trickling down. So this is another game that is very deceptively hard. And yeah, like I said, if we stop and then throw, but you still gotta aim pretty well. We just barely started to go back the other direction, and that one started to drift on us. So there's definitely a large skill set that you gotta get in order to be successful at this game. Plus snowballs. The lob on them, not forgiving. So you can see the lights have already trickled down after I hit that one. And unless I get really good at this and hit a bunch in a row, instead of just spamming the snowballs and the lights are gone already. This game is very, very difficult. Hey, I did it. Ah. Okay, that was stressful. I really had to lock in. Wasn't going to be able to commentate during that game and still get it. But we did it. Fireworks went off. Nicely done. I'll return these. Oh, I can't return these. All right, that's fine. Well, we're gonna spam it. Pretty cool game, Skiz. A little frustrating at first, but I started to get the hang of it. So before we check out the Cubs' new slot games and probably lose our newly found diamonds, let's learn how to save money with our sponsor, Rocket Money. You know what's kind of embarrassing? Every once in a while, I'll be going through my bank statement and I'll see a charge that makes me think, wait, what even is that? And then I realized it's just some subscription that I signed up for months ago because I wanted to try something out, and then I forgot to cancel it. Apparently, I'm really good at signing up for free trials, but not nearly as good at remembering they exist. And that is why I'm very excited to tell you guys about today's sponsor, Rocket Money. Rocket Money has helped me find subscriptions that I'd completely forgotten about, and seeing everything in one list just made me realize I was still paying for things that I wasn't even using anymore. And Rocket Money can even help cancel eligible subscriptions just right there in the app. I've also found it very helpful in figuring out where my money is actually going. With Rocket Money, it can automatically categorize my spending, so instead of wondering why my credit card bill is bigger this month than last month, I can actually see where it all went. I've even started paying more attention to spending insights and just setting a few categories to budget myself and, just keep myself honest. Getting those regular spending reports has just made it a lot easier to spot bad habits that I probably wouldn't have noticed otherwise. So if you've ever looked at your bank statement and just wondered where your money's disappeared to, give Rocket Money a try. Best of all, Rocket Money is a free download, and by using my link, you can actually get a free premium trial. So if you go to rocketmoney.com/impulseSV or scan the QR code, you get those extra features for free. So if you struggle with subscriptions or just budgeting in general, give it a go and make sure you use my link so you get those free perks. Thanks again, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get back to some Hermitcraft. And now we'll take our 10 diamonds and try our luck at Cubs Casino here. 3 totems is a win. Okay, so we want to see 3 totems come up. This is the modern slot. Okay, can queue diamonds, automatically win multiple diamond blocks. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Winners payout there. This is looking to win diamonds for simply playing a game. Look no further. So there's modern and classic. So this one would be the classic one. Insert diamond into a dropper, pull the lever to play. You can queue up diamonds. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do one at a time. That's fine. We put it in the dropper here and we pull lever to play. And what do we need? 3 shields. Okay, we got 1 shield. That's not enough, obviously. All right, let's play another one in here. Let's see which one we like better, the modern or the classic. Come on, give us 3 shields. 2 shields. Okay, well, we're getting closer. That's how this works, right? Make you think you're getting close to winning. Come on, 3 shields, no whammies. Oh, we almost got 3 berries, though. All right, well, we'll split these up half and half. I'll do 5 on this one, 5 on the other one. We'll see what we like better. Nope, no shields. See, we went from getting 1 shield, then 2 shields. Now no shields in the last 3 turns. Come on now. 2 shields. Oh, man. Okay, nothing over here. We're going to give up because we're going to come over and try this one as well. I know it said it could queue up the diamonds, but I'm still just putting in one at a time, just to be safe here. This one looks like we press a button to go, and we want 3 totems. Come on now. Whoa, very flashy. 2 totems. Super close to winning straight away. Wait a minute. Ding. That was a sad ding. Okay, not a fun ding. All right, we need to get 3. Come on, 3. Not even close. Not even close. Tuskis, I won his game. Very proud of myself. Only took me like 20 tries. We could tell him we did it in 1. Oh, 1 totem, 1 totem. Okay, we got 2 chances left. We can do this. Come on, big money, big money. Get a diamond block, which means if I can win right now, I get my money back. Because what, he gave us 10, right? All right. Okay, last diamond, last chance. Come on, big winner. Come on now. Nope. Bummer, I lost all 10 diamonds at Cubs slot machines. Oh, man. We didn't get him back. He's getting them back, though. I mean, he passed out diamonds to get people here. Who left this? What in the world? Who? Somebody left. Okay. 35 ancient debris. We're kind of flexing, aren't we? Don't even bother to break down your diamond ore. Whose is this? I need to know. It's probably Cubs. Anyway, super fun game. Hopefully someday we will win, but I think Cubs going to make back a ton of diamonds on that game. All right, back to work, and I've dug out this area here and started to just throw down some blocks just to get an idea of how I want this laid out. Now, I mentioned we're making ourselves a little juice bar. So, of course, I've got a bar area here. This is kind of like a little bar area, and then seats will be here. And then back here, we'll have our little juice bartender with shelves and stuff. And you might have noticed I dug out way more than I needed to, and that's for good reason. We're going to have some functionality back in here, a little automation supplying the juice. And you probably figured out by now, by juice, I mean potions. Yeah, we're going to have all the potions. That's the goal. So I'm hoping to fit in some automatic brewing systems back here. I might even pull an old design of mine and see if it still works. But we need to get this designed up first. So I got to do a little interior decorating. And here is our juice bar. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is the first shop in here, or first thing I've put with clear glass instead of I usually use like gray glass. I'm not sure how I feel. I just didn't want to dull the colors. I think the colors are so bright and vibrant. I really wanted to see them properly through the glass. But now that I have it up, I'm not sure how I feel about it. But we've also got these doors on here. You can see I got a little handle to show that there's a door there. I got one on this side as well that we can walk in. I think I will brew all 19, and I've kind of laid them out here so that we can come in and grab them from these shelves. Now, I haven't hooked up any type of potion brewer machines to these just yet, but we've got these up on the shelves, and then I didn't have enough room for all 19, so I'm going to sneak some in these little barrels here in front of our bar stools that basically they kind of look like a little carpet or something that you would have, like a little runner where people's feet go. I got this little foot pedestal here too, I guess. And I would like to get a villager in here, just kind of like bartending, I suppose, or juice tending. I don't know if he's going to try to jump up on stuff, and I don't really want him to get out. So I've got to figure out what to do about that. I don't want him just wandering out along the silo, but I think it'd be cool to have a little juice tender up in here. On this, I want to change this as well. I'll probably get something custom made so that we've got like a menu and a display item of sorts in there. So instead of just the default paintings, but I think this turned out good. We're waiting for some things to oxidize still. I ran out of just the fully oxidized green colors, so I had to throw in a few and unwax them, and they're still turning, as you can see, but it's going to look really good. Oh, and just out of the corner of my eye, I almost forgot this existed. We've got little fish tanks in the corner, just to give a little something in the corner of your eye to see movement, although they don't like to move very much. In fact, if I free cam this and I go in the corner, look, they're all just kind of like huddled up and not doing anything, which is kind of a bummer. I think it has something to do with like pathfinding to solid block surfaces or something. I'm not sure, but they move enough that you'll catch them out of the corner of your eye. Maybe I could throw some axolotls in there. Maybe hit up Ren. See, I was just checking to see if he's online. Maybe I could breed up some. He's got the blue axolotl now. So does Green, but I heard Green's going to keep his as a baby. But yeah, maybe we can get some blue axolotls, because I think once you have one, if you breed them up, it's like 50% that you'll get another one. So now that this storefront is built, we need to actually get product in here. I had a few potions brewed up already for other jobs and stuff, but I want to make sure that these shelves are fully stocked and like always fully stocked. I can come in here and grab as many potions as I need at any time, ready to roll. So I think the 8 that are up on these shelves here will make our most useful potions, and then anything else that we don't use as often, we can kind of tuck into the floor here. They're kind of like secret. So I need to make a bunch of potion brewers, and I haven't done one of these in a while, but I remembered back to many, many years ago, I invented one myself. I have a tutorial on it and everything. It's a 3-wide tileable, and I think that will work in here because it auto replenishes itself. So it'll go until it's completely full, and then when you pull a potion out, it will make another one and basically just keep it stocked, fully stocked at all times, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to try to use that, and you can see I've actually spaced these shelves out already to include the fact that we need a 3-wide space. The only thing I didn't think about was I have a wall here for the fish tank behind this one. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. We'll figure it out. And then also I need to make the ones in the ground here, and I'll probably make them kind of be remote ones. I can tuck them back out of the way, and then they can just kind of deliver the goods via hoppers or something. So I got some work to do, a little bit of redstoning, and I haven't even thought about the fact that we're going to need to get the ingredients for all the potions, and I'm not even sure I have farmed everything that we're going to end up needing. So this could lead to more tasks, more projects in the future, but I'm fine with that. This will be fun to have every potion available to us. And of course, what does every potion need? Just about? Netherwort, of course. Actually, I don't want to harvest it that way. I've got my secret little Idaho. My hoe here with fortune. That's going to give us a lot more if we harvest it with this. I made myself a little netherwort farm, just kind of tucked it in the corner here next to our potatoes. And I think I'll make it 2 layers here because, yeah, there's nothing fancy about this. It's manual, of course. There are ways to semi-automate it, I guess, to work with. I've done it before where we like roll across with a mine cart and harvest it that way and then replant it if you hold down both buttons and stuff. I don't think I'm going to do that in this case. I think we'll be okay after a few harvests. We'll be fine, but I didn't even have enough to get all the potion brewers stocked up to make a double chest of potions for us. So I needed to at least do something, and here we have it. All right, there we go. And we can put our hoe back in there, hide that. And I didn't pick everything up because my pockets are full from all our projects that we've been working on, which I will show you here in a second, but we can't afford to leave any netherwort behind. By the way, what do you guys think about this? Just did a little ad hoc project on a stream, threw this together and snuck in some hidden lighting behind some of these trapdoors. I think the design works. And I have a way to make another layer of it. I don't know how I'm going to get up to that layer if I need to come in here and harvest this. And I need a way, obviously, in and out of this if I end up putting glass on this like I have the rest of the farms. I haven't decided that yet. This was kind of like I said, an ad hoc project I wasn't quite ready to tackle, and I went to the wrong level. We got to go down. I need that elevator, the geyser elevator on this side so we can go easily up and down between levels. See, I'm catching it again. But inside here, we have 4 hooked up, and we've got our juice tender who is bouncing on honey. Yeah, not the most elegant design ever, but you won't really see it behind the counter. I put down magma blocks here, so I'm hoping he won't try to go across that, right? And I put the honey here so he doesn't try to like hop up on the shelf and walk out that way, or I don't think he could hop up here. But yeah, the honey, it's kind of annoying. We had this issue with the llama, right? When the llama was bouncing up and down and having that annoying honey effect. So I actually used a mod that I have installed, Extreme Sound Muffler. And I set myself a little region right here, just around this guy, where for 32 block radius, we are not going to hear honey block slide, which is that annoying noise that this would make as he jumps up and down. So unfortunately, other hermits will hear it, but we don't have to listen to it, which is nice. I couldn't really think of another way to keep him trapped in here without modifying the design here, which I didn't want to do because I like it. I think we did a good job with this place. And look at this now. We've got water breathing. We've got fire resistance, which I need if I'm standing right here, apparently. Over on this side, we have our invisibility and we have our night vision, which is great. Anytime I want, I can just take one of these and boom, nice and bright in here. Love it. We've got our potion brewing set up, and I've looked up a design that I made 6 years ago, and it still works for the most part. I had to make one little modification. This repeater right here, I needed to put on 2 ticks and then use a redstone torch instead of dust on that. That's the only modification I made to my design from 6 years ago, and it's working absolutely great, assuming we have ingredients. So in here, I actually had the ingredients. I had to go on a little mission to get puffer fish. Thankfully, Ren had recently built up a little fish farm that he was using for breeding axolotls. And I went and, I got myself some puffer fish. We don't need to talk about the details, but I got myself some puffer fish, and that's for the water breathing, of course. And you can see we've got our ingredients stacked up in here. And this one had been going the whole time I was building up that netherwort farm, and that means we should have plenty. I think it's a little bit of a tight squeeze back here. I think it's that we look in that chest. Yeah, look at that. We've got a double chest full of water breathing. You can see they're all 8 minutes, so we're extending them. And then this thing just auto shuts off as soon as it's done getting all the potions brewed. And then we did the same thing, but for fire resistance. And this one, I got the magma cream from Etho's Froglight Farm. So thank you, Etho. I will be delivering more shulker boxes very, very soon. Promise. So we've got the fire resist, the water breathing, the night vision, and invisibility all done. 4 different modules. You can see I got them next to each other. They are tileable, 3-wide tileable. I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested. It's you know, it's 6 years old, but it's still pretty good. It's still working great. We do need to do 4 more of these, 2 on that side and 2 on that side. However, since I don't really have the ingredients to make those, I'm not going to do those today. I think we're good for now, but let's go take a look and see. There are other potions I could see myself needing. In fact, I've got this cool thing here. It's from Vanilla Tweaks where it shows you what can be brewed and how to brew it. So if we take a look at this, I got to remember what some of these mean, but you know, we have like strength and resistance and healing, and there's our water breathing. So you can see like what you need to make it. This one's slow falling. That could be kind of cool, but phantom membranes, I'm not sure how easy it is to collect those. We have some of our new oozing stuffs in there. Some of that might be useful. I'm not sure. I think one thing I definitely want to do though is speed, just because the idea of like really running around this silo with a beacon effect of speed 2 plus a speed potion sounds pretty epic to me. So definitely want to do that one. I haven't really decided on what other ones to put out here, the easy grab and go ones. But then the rest, like I said, we can put in the floor here. So yeah, this is coming along great. And I'm very excited to be able to just drink potions whenever I want, because I know it's just going to restock itself. However, yeah, ingredients are needed. So it's kind of nice. It will help me kind of refocus on all the farms that I should be working on. In fact, we can now add netherwort to the display here. Oh yeah, right. We learned last time, be smart. Quickly make a button, turn on, netherwort in, and hide it. Perfect. Now the farm done. Sort of, kind of. It works. Oh yeah. Remember sulfur spikes? Remember these? We should do a check real quick, see how many we've got. It's been like a week now since I made that farm, so assuming that the chunks have been loaded this entire time, I'm assuming we got a decent amount by now, maybe even blocks. I hope. Let's see. Right here. Oh, not quite. It is getting there, though. As soon as this fills up, we're going to start seeing them come in as blocks here. So hopefully next week, next episode, we'll check. And we'll be very excited to see our first sulfur block being made, which will be epic. But I quickly want to go back down here because there's something I want to talk about. And I mentioned it before. I'm not 100% happy with the glass of the front here. And I think as I've been looking at it, what's really bothering me about it is just these dots right here. It's just these little streaks that are in the glass. I think because the glass is perfectly clear, these stand out quite a bit, and they kind of bug me. If you look at some of the other glass that we've used, like the light gray stained glass here, you can see it's got the little dots in there as well, but you barely notice them, and it's only one. Like these ones, I'm pretty sure if you look, yeah, they have those 2 and then another 3 cluster right there, where these ones only have just the 3 cluster as far as I can tell, unless I'm, oh, maybe there's 2 there. I just didn't even see it. Yeah, see how subtle they are? You don't even notice them. So yeah, I was thinking maybe I do need to switch this to a stained glass just so that lightens that up, or I could potentially solve it with a texture pack, or maybe there's another thing I could do where I just leave it open. I don't know, but I'm actually looking for some feedback on this one because I want this to be nice and vibrant, you know, to be able to see the colors like I mentioned before, but I don't know exactly how to solve that with this. And luckily we have connected textures, because without, it's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, connected textures makes a huge difference. I don't think I would ever use glass, at least not the regular glass, without connected textures. You can see here, even the stained glass doesn't look as great, especially on things like the elevator here. So thankfully we've got connected textures, but maybe there's something else we can do resource pack wise to make this look even better. But yeah, definitely would love your feedback on that. Let me know what you guys think we should do about that. Because like I said, the goal is to keep it nice and vibrant, right? So we can see from afar. I love this when I'm up here and I can kind of like look around the silo and you see everything's a little bit washed out. But then when you look down at our juice bar there, it is super bright and I love it. About to be less bright though, because we're losing our night vision. And there she goes. Yeah, I mean, still looks good with connected textures, of course. Anyway, before we go, there is something I want to let you know. I did participate in the Is That Sheep Looking at Me tournament, round 1, against Etho and Beef. And we had a great, well, 2 matches. And if you guys want to see this in the entirety, I've put the full-length video of both matches on my second channel. There'll be a link, hopefully pops up on screen for you now. If you didn't, go check the description. You can hit that, and you can watch the entire 2 matches against Beef and Etho to see how I did. How did I fare? Super fun game by Zedif. If you haven't heard about Is That Sheep Looking at Me, check it out. It's a really cool game, and he's making an IRL version. I mentioned it in a couple episodes ago. So that is there for you guys if you want to watch it. But I think that is going to do it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that before you go. With that said, I'll see you again next time. Have a good one, everyone.